Hello friends, myself Ashwini Salokhe, and today I am going to deal with a new topic from our 11th standard English textbook, and my topic is from section 2. Friends, my poem name is 2.2 The Sower. This poem is from our 11th standard English textbook. Friends, I like to share some information about poet Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo was a famous poet, novelist and dramatist of the 19th century and the most important of the French romantic writers. Hugo first became famous in France because of his poetry as well as his novels and his plays. Les Contemplations and La Legende des Sicils are his most famous poetry collections. Outside of France, his novels Les Miserables and Notre Dame de Paris, known in English also as The Hunchback of Notre Dame, are his most famous works. Friends, now I like to tell you the information about the poetess Torulata Dutt. Now, Torulata Dutt was born on 4th March 1856 in Kolkata. She was known as Toru. She was a Bengali translator and the first Indian poetess from the Indian subcontinent who wrote in English and French. She was known for her volumes of poetry in English. A Chef Gilland in French Fields in the year 1877 and Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan published in the year 1882, and for her novel in French Le Journal de Mademoiselle d'Arvest in 1879. Her poems revolve around themes of loneliness, longing, patriotism and nostalgia. She died young at age 21, so she was compared with the famous poet John Keats. Friends, now I like to tell you the information about the poem The Sower. Now, this poem, The Sower, is a translation of Victor Hugo's poem Cessin des Similes Leisure. It is translated by Toru Dutt from French to English. The poem is about a sower who is sowing food, which he means about life. The man is so old that he might not be alive to see the results of his sowing, but he still does it so that it is useful for others. He has seen many bad harvests in his life. However, he is so optimistic of having a good harvest every time he tosses grain. Friends, again I like to share the poem The Sower by Victor Marie Hugo is about the struggle of a farmer and his firm determination in doing whatever he can even when all others go away. The poem has been divided into 5 stanzas, and each 5 stanzas are having 4 lines. The rhyme scheme of the poem is A B A B. Friends, let's go to our new poem, that is The Sower, from our 11th standard textbook 2.2 The Sower. The poet's name is Victor Hugo and the poetess name is Torulata Dutt. Friends, let's see the first stanza. Sitting in a porchway cool, sunlight I see dying fast. Twilight hastens on to rule, working hours have well nigh passed. Now let's see some new words. Porchway, a veranda, covered shelter in front of a building. Twilight, dusk, sundown or half light. Well nigh, just about, almost but not completely. Now I like to tell you the explanation of first stanza. The poet says that one day he sits on a porchway, means entrance, to enjoy the sunset. He watches the ruddy, that is red sunlight, fading away fast. As the evening approaches, the twilight, here it means evening, begins to rule. that is, dominate the light. In other words, the darkness starts spreading all over. At such a time, when there is no light, people stop their work. Here it means working in the farms. They are not seen anywhere as they go back to their homes. Now this is about stanza number 1. Let's see stanza number 2. Shadows run across the lands, but a sower lingers still. Old in rags, he patient stands. Looking on, I feel a thrill. Friends, let's see some new words. Sower, the person who plants the seed, means farmer. Lingers, hangs around or remains. Patient means tolerant. And the last word is thrill, means sensation. Let's see the explanation of second stanza. There is nothing in the land, but the shadows should spread all over the places. However, among those shadows, the poet sees one sower, the one who sows the seeds, that is farmer. He lingers, he stays there. He is old, in rags. Rags means torn clothes, and stands there patiently. Watching him, the poet feels thrilled. Now this is about second stanza. Now let's see stanza number 3, that is, black and high his silhouette dominates the furrow deep. Now to sow the task is set, soon shall come a time to reap. Let's see some new words. Silhouette, shape, outline of someone against a brighter background. Furrows, line, trench or channel. Now I like to tell you about the explanation of third stanza. Friends, in the third stanza, the poet says that sower's silhouette, here it means the shadow of the sower, is dark and keeps growing as the night approaches. It spreads over deep furrows, that is narrow trench made by a plough for sowing seeds, which are now invisible due to darkness. According to the poet, the sower may be thinking it is the time to sow the seeds and he is doing it. Soon the crops will grow and the sower will be able to reap the fruit out of his hard labor and dedicated work. This stanza contains a lesson for young people. One should work hard while others give up. This way they will be able to get fruits of their dedication. This is the explanation of stanza number 3. Friends, let's see fourth stanza from our poem, that is, marches he along the plain to and fro and scatters wide from his hands the precious grain, muse I as I see him stride. Now some new words for you. Marches, to walk, to and fro, backwards and forward, here and there. Muse, rest in thought or reflect. Stride means to walk with long steps. Now let's see the explanation of fourth stanza. The sower marches means walks to and fro from one end to another end and back to the first one. Along the plain means the farm, and scatters the precious grain from his hands in the field. The grains are precious as they will grow into crops and will make the sower prosperous. The poet becomes moody, that is sad, by seeing him struggling so much. Now this is about stanza number 4. Let's see the last stanza from our poem, that is, darkness deepens, fades the light, now his gesture to mine eyes are august and strange, his height seems to touch the starry skies. Let's see the new words. August means noble, dignified or impressive. Gesture means movements. Let's see the explanation of last stanza. Soon the darkness deepens, that is, night appears, the daylight is no more. The poet cannot see the gesture or activities properly of that farmer. They seem to be strange, which he cannot understand now. In the final line, the poet says that the height of the sower seems to touch the starry skies, that is, it becomes so dark that he becomes invisible. Friends, I like to explain all these stanzas first to 5 for you in this first video of the poem 2.2 The Sower. Friends, we will share the next information about the figures of speech, also the appreciation of the poem in our new video. So friends, in this video I just explained the 5 stanzas from this poem 2.2 The Sower, but I like to share the next information about the figures of speech appreciation of the poem in my new video. So till then, bye bye friends, we will visit soon in our new video with the remaining part of this poem 2.2 The Sower. Friends, please subscribe my channel, like this video, and please share this information, this video with your friends. Take care friends. Bye bye.